They head out to the NL. Might as well start there. That's great to see at least one in there. As I randomize it, as I keep randomizing it, the Giants are next. San Francisco Giants. It's a team that the early part of the 2010s it became kind of a dynasty, winning in even years 2010, 2012, 2014. They had a great team for a while. Unfortunately, things have to come to an end eventually. Age happened, players moved on, and they've been kind of trying to hit the pieces back together to be that kind of team where they can actually contend to a World Series title. I think they have a long road to go for that, but I do believe that they're trying to make the steps to figure out the problems that they have had and what they can do to fix it. So, Giants are up right now. And for the Giants, again, last World Series title they ever had was 2014. Last year's record was a 79-83 record, which is not terrible, but also not playoff material. Not going to get it done, especially in a loaded NL West that was um, occurring last season and definitely going to be this season. Um, in terms of the MLB rankings that they had, they need a lot of help. 19th in home runs, so they were near the bottom, but also in the middle. They're in the middle bottom type of tier. They need power. They struggle with that. They struggle with hits. 28th in hits is horrible. Again, they could just not put the ball in play, which is tough to hear that. They were 11th in ERA. 21st in strikeouts, did not strike out that many batters. 29th in home runs allowed. So they rarely allowed home runs, which is impressive for a team that wasn't the best in terms of the strikeout ratio. But again, ERA, not bad, almost top 10. Fourth in saves. They had a great closer out there in Duvall. Not a bad bullpen. They're also terrible on defense, though. They need to definitely work on their defensive mishaps and trying to get players in there that are actually going to come in and do their job. When you're first in errors committed and 30th in fielding percentage, it's bad, man. That's how you lose ball games, regardless if you hit or not, or you're having a bad day or not. Hitting wise, defense part is it's huge to the game, and they struggle with that. So, overall, what do they possibly do this offseason to maybe um, fix those issues? Well, Matt Chapman is a great defender, but also has great power. So I think that's a huge benefit for them. Bringing in Jordan Hicks, I think starting him as starting pitcher, he's starting to be in that role now from reliever to starting pitcher. We'll see how it goes, but I mean they have some type of foundation in terms of trying to get guys in there and trying to figure out a rotation and where he's going to fit in and if he's going to succeed. Hopefully he does. And Jorge Soler, outfielder, I put him there because that's probably where he's going to be playing this year. But the fact that he was a DH man, overall he can hit the ball, a straight raking, and I do believe that that is great for their offense and exactly with the problems that they are needing to address departure-wise. Jock Peterson, it's not a terrible blow, but again, he was a lot of their offense, and he had a pretty good year. Not MVP type season, but I mean, it's a loss, and nonetheless, Alex Wood and Sean Mania. I do believe just because the rotation is so questionable right now, I think losing those guys, regardless of their stats, I do believe that losing a rotation is never easy, and trying to build one after losing two guys is never easy, no matter what. And the veteran Brandon Crawford, I do believe it was time for them to step away from him, especially because they have a highly touted type of prospect, MLB player in Luciano. I think that's his time to come in. But Brandon Crawford was a huge part of that World Series title runs. So, I do believe that that is kind of a blow for him. But, it is what it is. It's a business, and the older you get, there's players up there that are ready to go. So, and you're looking at the pitching wise, um, definitely a lot of questions. So, let's try to break it down from what they're trying to do with their whole entire uh, pitching scheme here. So, Logan Webb, it's pretty much a no brainer. 27 years old. 11 and 13. He had a 3.25 ERA, 194 Ks. I think easily he's going to be the ace of that team, that ball club. You got 27-year-old Ethan Small, who played not at all that many games, so kind of fitting him in there could be a risky business type of move, but you got to do it somewhere. You got to figure it out. No wins, no losses. 11.25 ERA, 6 Ks. Didn't really pitch much, so got to give him a chance. It's a risky business, but we'll see how it goes. Jordan Hicks, the acquisition, 27 years old, 3-9, 3.29 ERA, and 81 Ks. Again, bullpen guy to starting pitcher. Can you do it? We'll see. I do believe he's got some nasty stuff. Can he keep it up for multiple innings and stretch it out per 6+ innings? We'll see. The youngster, 22-year-old Kyle Harrison, 1-1, 4.15 ERA with 35 Ks. I mean, he's unproven, so you can't really critique him for his numbers. He just didn't pitch that much. So, again, another very risky, very unsure type of move in the rotation. Alex Cobb at 36 years old, 7-7, 3.87 ERA, 131 Ks. I'm expecting him to be number 2 with Logan Webb. And yeah, I mean, it's just, we'll see how it goes with that rotation. Bullpen-wise, 32-year-old Luke Jackson, 33.1 innings pitched, 2.97 ERA, 43 Ks, really good. 26-year-old Sean Hagel, 29 innings pitched, 6.52 ERA with 31 Ks. We'll see how it goes. I mean, he didn't pitch that many innings, but you know the ERA is terrible. Hopefully, he can turn it around. The 33-year-old Roger brothers. So you got Taylor Rogers with the 51.2 innings pitched, 3.83 ERA, and 64 Ks, and then Tyler had 74 innings pitched with a 3.04 ERA and 60 Ks. So again, pretty productive. 28-year-old Ryan Walker. He had 61.1 innings pitched, 3.23 ERA with 78 Ks, and 26-year-old Keaton Wynn with 42.1 innings pitched, a 4.68 ERA, and 35 Ks, with the closer being 26-year-old Camilo Doval with 67.2 innings pitched, 39 for 47 with the save percentage, 2.93 ERA, and 87 Ks. Pardon. Yeah, I mean, there's some positives. You know, you got to think of the positives. First of all, I feel like you got the number 1 guy in Logan Webb. It's not like their entire rotation is very questionable. Alex Cobb could be pretty decent for a young veteran guy. Definitely coach the younger dudes in there. Their bullpen really has some bright spots with the Rogers brothers, with Luke Jackson in there. And, I mean, Ryan Walker looks like he could be pretty decent. And then you have a closer who only blew, 8 saves. It's not terrible. And had a decent ERA with a good amount of Ks. And, you know, was able to pitch around 60, almost 70 innings. So, overall, I mean, there's some bright spots. It's not the best rotation in the league. Again, it's yet to be determined what happens with these other guys that haven't played much. So, yeah, I mean, it's just up in the air. Okay, so when you look at the Giants, in terms of their lineups and what they're going to do with starters, this is what I predict that could be their lineup. Not in order, but just their lineup, right? And looking at it, I think their best bet it will be catcher Blake Sable. It's 26, had 235 batting average, 13 home runs, 44 RBIs, and a 98.7 fielding percentage. Not that great, but not that terrible. I think they got to stick with him. First base, I think Flores and Wade, they could be fighting for position. I believe Lamont Wade just has a better chance. He has a better defensive statistics to him. He's 30, 256 average, 17 home runs, 45 RBIs, 98.9 fielding percentage. Looking all right. Second base is going to be Estrada at 28, 271 average, 14 home runs, 49 RBIs, 989 fielding percentage, 98.9 fielding percentage. Pretty good. Again, could be better. Luciano did not really play that much, so having him in there, it's just a young, fresh face, and I think that's what they need right now. Luciano, 231 average, 0 home runs, 0 RBIs, and a 97.8 fielding percentage. Got to get better, but I think he could be a really good shortstop, and the future is bright for him. I do believe so. He's only 22. the acquisition that they just got, Matt Chapman, third base. Um, he had a 240 batting average, 17 home runs, 54 RBIs, a 96.8 fielding percentage. Again, needs to be a little better, but I do believe in uh, him as a player, and I think him impacting the team, I think could be extraordinary. I do believe so, and I think he's going to have better hitting numbers and home runs, RBIs type of statistics out there. Um, at left field, I do believe Soler will not be DHing. I think he'll be a left fielder. Um, he had a 250 average, 36 home runs, 75 RBIs. When he did play left field, it was 100% fielding percentage. So I think he's going to be okay, and I think he's going to be over there at center. You got Stremski. Um, Stremski is 33. Soler was 32, by the way, if I missed it. Yastrzemski is 233, 15 home runs, 43 RBIs, a 100% fielding percentage at center field. Again, I think that'll bode well for him. And right field, 31-year-old Michael Conforto, 239 average, 15 home runs, 58 RBIs, a 99.3 fielding percentage. Again, not bad. DH wise, I think it's going to be Flores, man. Wilmer Flores, 284 average, 23 home runs, 60 RBIs. He's got some pop to him. I think they need to keep him in there for hitting purposes. And I mean, if they wanted to switch out Lamont Wade for him, sure. But overall, I think this team has some things to go. They just need to build up chemistry. Luciano needs to prove what he is about and what he can do in the majors. And I mean, Matt Chapman, really good signing for them. Definitely an upgrade. And overall, I think this team has some ability of having some great offensive numbers, and I think they won't be 28th in hits. I think they could be in the middle tier, possibly top 15, depending on how it goes. But overall, it's not a bad looking starting group here. I'm just worried about their pitching and what that can withhold for them. But overall, this is what I believe for the Giants' vision of what they're going to do this year.